Folks, look, I'm back at it again with another slow cooker recipe, right? Today, we're doing a beef ragu, and check it out. We're gonna be using my crock pot. Let's get it. All right, so look, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little room right here so that I can work, right? Now, don't forget the full ingredient list will be on my website. That's smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com, right? So I'm gonna put this down, and I'm gonna show you guys something just 1 second when it comes to my cast iron. I'm gonna go ahead and show you right now. If you look right now, look, I got a small cast iron. But because I'm gonna be taking this and cutting this up and just browning, that's okay. If you guys look right here, listen, I'm re-seasoning my cast irons right now because I had somebody help me come and clean up the kitchen and they started soaking everything and all of that. So I'm doing a redo. I don't wanna like mess them up because I got about 4 more times to do it and then we'll go from there. Okay, so listen, I'm heating up my cast iron skillet, right? Let me just see. No, we haven't got no, look, just got like a medium flame. Put a little bit of olive oil in here. This is infused olive oil, by the way, right? I can hear it starting to pop. So what I'm gonna do now is, let me go ahead and get my pepper and my salt. Because what I wanna do is I wanna brown it, right? So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this here on the top. Now this is a large piece of beef, right? Chuck roast. This was 3 pounds, 3.01 pounds to be exact, right? So we just cut it like this, like that. Just move this around. Got it? And then what we're gonna do is just probably put 2 pieces in at a time. Put that there, and this one right here. Once it's ready, look, you see it releases itself, it'll move on its own. So we look at the bottom of there, and there we go, right? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna set it up like this, right? We do the same over here with this one, and I leave it like that. Reason being, I want to get browning on all of it. So let me just show you how it looks. Then you kind of like just push it down. All we doing is searing, folks. Got it brown, all sides. Oh yeah. Now what I'm doing is I'm just taking it out right now. Just set it to the side. That one right there looks good. Look at that. This is more on the fatty side when you see it look like that. All right, I can just take it out. You guys tell me you're not gonna want none of this. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're using chuck roast, right? We're gonna have to put some time on it. The reason being, this is like almost like cooking a tire. But after we come out of this slow cooker and this thing tastes, you know, gets it nice and soft. Ooh, my goodness, look at that. All right, so I'm just gonna set this right here. Now I turned my fire off just so it can cool down just a little bit. What I wanna do is I wanna prep my veggies, right? So we're gonna have veggies down on the bottom. So let me get these. These already have been washed and cleaned. You know what I mean? Let me just cut my ends. All right, and we take it here. All right, so I'll just cut these down in half. These are not like super wide, like, you know, sometime when you get to celery. This is really actually organic celery that I'm using. Not that it makes a difference. I mean, for those of you guys that want to do the organic, you can. All right, so we have it here. Now I'm gonna get it all together, get it all lined up, and then we're gonna just give it a dice, right? All right, so look, I went ahead, obviously I did my celery, I did some of the carrots. I'm not doing them too small because I don't want them to disintegrate over the time, right? Like I said, we're using this slow cooker, and I'm gonna be doing it for at least 6 hours, right? And it's gonna be 6 hours on high because we gotta get this meat to get, you know, to get soft, right? So we got garlic, I already did my onion, we got that going. So now we're gonna use this right here, this fine and everything in here. That's the flavor, folks. Now listen, we finna soften. We're gonna get them just really like barely softened, and a little bit on that translucent side. Then we're gonna take that, put it inside, and then the meat on top. Okay, so once you got everything prepped and cooked, I mean, you know, cut down, right? Let me move this out the way. Now, I can see this, and we just reaching that, you know, smoke point. So now we wanna I'm gonna start with my onions first. So I'll just move this around, let it pick up any of the flavor, right? Like I said, we just give that a head start, and now I'll come with the rest of the veggies. All right, now we just want to cook this down just so they soften up just a little bit, and they on their way to becoming translucent. So now we're gonna go ahead and load up our garlic press, right? So I'll just squeeze it, and we'll put this right here on the top. All right, so now we'll go ahead and give this, you know, a mix. Let this become fragrant. Let some of that heat get on it. And once it starts dispersing this flavor, it'll put it throughout. You remember all of the fine that you saw at the bottom? Let me just move this back like this. Look at that, everything comes up. That's the acidity that's in the side of the onions. Now it's back to smooth. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Open up my top. Right. Now we finna add this into our crock pot. All right, so now once we got our veggies in there and that's all sauteed, right? So I'm getting ready to add, you know, my paste. Then we come with our crushed tomatoes, beef broth. Then we're gonna need about a cup, you know, of our red wine, right? This is our cooking wine. Now I'm gonna give this a mix, get this, you know, thoroughly mixed together. Now, for those of you guys that don't want to use that, you know, the red cooking wine, you know, for whatever reason, you gotta trust the process, folks. It cooks all of that wine taste out of there, you know, and leaves a residue that's unbelievable, right? But if you don't want to use that, you can use, you know, beef broth. Now we're gonna do about a half a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more, you know what I mean, of my dry herbs. Don't forget the full ingredient list.